Let us now ask Mr. Jabu Mabuza to come and join us on stage as we welcome him with a beautiful round of applause, please. I'm going to also use my handheld, so to the team at the back, if you may just assist me as we sit down together. Thank you. You see what I mean with the swagger, ladies and gentlemen? You may take a seat this way. And when he sits down, you'll see the color-coordinated socks to match the hat. Thank you so very much. Mr. Mabuza, it is such a pleasure to have you with us today because we really wanted to delve into the mind of the VIP today, right? Which is the entrepreneur, the thinking behind going out into the great unknown, venturing in worlds unseen and saying, you know what, I'm going to take a risk and do something that hasn't been done before. I'm going to start a business, I'm going to innovate, I'm going to try and do things differently. What goes into your mind when you are approaching a new venture? Because I'm going to start there. If I were to start with your biography, and the list of accomplishments, even my summary would turn into a thesis. So let's go straight into the point and just speak to us about the mind and the psychology of an entrepreneur.
Ayanda, thank you very much. And I think it would be important up front to say thank you to Kizito. The audience may want to know this because it's a very important point, at least for me, of how I met Kizito. I was going about in my daily job as chief executive of Southern Sun, and I walked into the Cape Sun rolling my hand luggage, and there was this young man who offered to take my luggage to my room. At the time, I'll have you remember that Cape Sun was limited services at the time. So porterage was not something that was readily available. So as we walked towards the lift, I then asked him, and you're not dressed in any of our uniform, why want to do this for me? And who are you? Kizito was studying in Cape Town, but manning the shoe shine desk, chair at the Cape Sun. Today, I look at that which he has done, putting all of you together and living in this mansion just here in Sandton. I'm really, really proud of what Kizito has done. It's been an inspiration to me, is what it is when you do it for yourself.
Oh, yes.
So that to me is what is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, the words that come to mind, Ayanda, for me is the one who sees the gap between need and opportunity, as against need and problem, need and opportunity, and say, how I'm going to plug that gap. I don't think entrepreneurs get up and decide one day, I'm going to study so that I don't have money, so that I don't have solutions, so that I have problems. Entrepreneurs say, I want to do it for myself. I want to do what I like, and I want to do it the way I like it. And you know what? Getting paid for doing what you like is the ultimate career that I want to be involved in. So entrepreneurship is about agility, is about nimbleness, is about innovation. Most of the things that the Deputy President covered, those are the things that, to me, define an entrepreneur.
And when did the penny drop for you? I mean, we grow up and, some people say, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this. When did it, land in your heart, or the entrepreneurial bug bite to say, you know what, this is what I personally want to do?
I'll be lying to you, Ayanda, if I said some 30 years ago or 40 years ago, I sat and planned and designed this what was going to happen in my life. And let me just say, all, if not most of the things that our mayor were referring to, there are many, 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 many South Africans that have gone through what he's been through. So the entrepreneur zeal, I guess, came about as a consequence of survival. I dropped out of law school. I did not have the ability, at least, to go to law school in the first place. I got this bad advice from my English master at high school in Ohlange, who thought because I could debate well, I would make a good lawyer. And I took his advice, sadly, and went to the University of the North and registered for law. And you know, by that time, it was not very fashionable to fund black law students, these ungovernable natives. It was not a done thing. So I dropped out of law school, but prior to me going to university, I used to moonlight driving taxis. I think I drove taxis for 2 years thinking that my dad doesn't know it. I had to inflate my birth date to get my driver's license earlier because I thought I should make money than other things. So I got to drive taxis, got to organize taxis, got to lead the taxis. I'm sure if I was still in the taxi industry, I would be disrupting the taxi industry. I would be disrupting Uber than trying to block the freeways so that people cannot get to their planes. So that's how I got into it. And through the taxi association, got involved with organizing the black taxis, and was a part of the young one that the old black taxi owners could stand around. When SAPTA, the Black Taxi Association, was formed in 1979, and joined SAPTA as the chief executive heading their marketing and commercial arm in 1986, I think. But then it was the black taxis were the largest consumer of automotive products outside of government. And we then thought we should turn that buying power into an opportunity. So got involved in running the Black Taxi Association, and around that we formed FABCOS. And I was chief executive of FABCOS. And then I met the chairman of SAP, Maya Khan, and we had many castles and had many issues about wanting to build our own brewery. And yeah, I went later to join SAP and went to Southern Sun, Tsuho Sun, back to AP and Bev, and yeah, so, but continuously trying to do something else in life. Of value adding and hopefully making some money on the side. Paying my taxes, as in tax.
And black tax. There's the government tax, and then there's the tax of looking after all the siblings and the family members who then say, you have made it, there's my famous uncle.
Yeah, I mean, even those that you don't know, they finally get hold of you.
Yes. But, you know, I'm glad you touched on one or two of your lists of accomplishments, because I'm going to try and extend here. You know, executive chairman of Sphere Holdings, that's the accounting, banking, and finance sector. You're also in the ICT and telecommunications sector via Telkom SA, non-executive director of Ace Insurance Company, Puerto Rico, United States of America. That's accounting, banking, and finance again. There's such a wide range of factors. Let's look at the consumer goods, fashion, retail. There's so many things that you've been involved in, which brings me to my question, because sometimes, you know, you hear the saying, you have to fake it till you make it, right? I want to know from you, is an entrepreneur born or is an entrepreneur made? And I'll tell you why. Because when you were in the taxi industry, you already said that, you know, you would organize people and you would try and do this and try and do that, which says to me you were resourceful. you were innovative already, you tried to bring order and structure, which are inherent things that are not taught but are there in any sector. And you delve into communications, you delve into finance, etc., which don't necessarily need you to be au fait with the subject matter. You just have to know how to lead and govern. So the basic principle I'm asking you, are you taught entrepreneurship, or is it something that's innate?
Yeah, as a disciplined African child, I should not be inadvertently differing with what the Deputy President was saying about teaching entrepreneurship. I do think entrepreneurs can share with students a particular stream. But I do think that we all have in us some enterprising spirit. We all have in us. Unfortunately, the abundance of the things you need, they have the undesired effect of depressing and indeed eradicating that spirit in you. So through poverty, you get tossed overboard, through need, and that spirit reignite and leaves. So we all have it in us. So entrepreneurs, we all are born entrepreneurs in some form, shape, or size. We just get lazy, or we just have enough to forget to worry about anything. So when you need, then that entrepreneurial flair that springs up in you to say, you know what, I'm not gonna just sit here and just eat my nails, eat my fingers, eat my hand. I'm gonna do something to provide for me. But the way we do it, you entrepreneurs move away from increasing market share. They just increase market. You see, once they've increased market, they grow markets, then they produce more, then they need more. I don't think entrepreneurs wake up and thinking how many people I'm gonna employ. No. They wake up thinking how much more can I sell for longer? And as a consequence of that, in meeting the demand, in their resourcing, they then can employ many other people. And then they need educated people, they need financial engineers, they need managers, then they bring in bureaucracy in it until they decide, no, you're wasting my time. They leave, they go and start up something else. But it's not something that you get taught, in my view.
Beautiful. Now, because we're incredibly pressed for time, I mean, there's so many things I would have liked to ask you. I wanted to know what the relationship between business and politics should be, because I know that you venture into that world sometimes against your will, but because of the hats that you wear, you find yourself in that domain. We'll have to postpone that conversation unless you're itching to answer the question. But what I really wanted to know from you is, you know, when you get up and you get dressed and you're preparing for this discussion, there's always that something at the back of your mind or in your heart that you really wish people knew, you know, that you really wish South Africans and the world at large either knew about yourself or status quo or the current situation that we're in, that you're bursting to say. And I want to give you that platform now to say, if there's one thing that you feel you can't leave this podium without sharing, what would it be? And if you want to venture into the politics, then please, by all means.
Ayanda, we have, and really the Deputy President has said a lot about this subject of entrepreneurship, much more than what government should do, and I compliment that. So the entrepreneurs here better take heed of everything that the Deputy President said. But I think just as business, I think it's important to share this, which is my own approach to business. I think business people have got this bad thing of just making this concept business like something very complicated. You know, business is not about jargon. Business is not about big figures, big billions, trillions, big numbers. Business is not about IFRS, GAAP, or whatever. Business is about people. In the final analysis, business is about people. People produce, people consume. People sell, people buy. People have got aspirations, have got yearns, have got desire. We call it human resources. People are not human resources. They have resources. They've got talents. They've got yearns. They've got wills. They've got fears. So business is about people. It's not about numbers and jargon. So we like to make this thing look so big and important. It's actually as simple as that. What do you need? Where can you get it? Can I bring it to you? How do you want it?
Woo.
And lastly, I will respond to you. I'm not in the business of politics. I'm in the politics of business.
Drops mic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Jabu Mabuza. Yes.
Thank you. Create jobs, create jobs, create jobs. Be employers, not employees.
Thank you very much.